Okay, so real quickly here, let's talk about, if I can get this off, let's talk about these two guns. We have the Echelon. This is the 4.5 5-inch Prodigy. Now, in my opinion, these are both Springfield's flagship guns. Whether you get the 4.5 or 4.25 or the 3.5, or you get the 4, the comp, whatever, these, in my opinion, are the flagship guns. Now, this came comped. I ported the back. If you watched any of my videos, I had this one comped and ported. They have the same comp. They have the same, well, this one has 4 rear ports. This one's got 5. Should you get the Echelon or save up for your flavor of Prodigy? Well, that ultimately comes down to your finances. But I've got the largest grip module on this one, and it doesn't matter if I carry this one. This one is not in any way, shape, or form a carry gun. I built this around direct action, which means I'm going in. Someone breaks in the house, I'm going in. Okay. This is strictly what I call a combat gun. I would never, ever try to conceal carry this. However, on the other side of the fence, you know, this is a full-size gun too. This is in no way, shape, or form what I would consider a concealed carry gun. I got some trigger, I got a little trigger action going on there. I did some trigger springs. Barrels DLC'd and ported, as you know. This has pretty good grip. This stippling I did. I gotta be honest with you, it really boils down to 2 things. Finances. You know, can you swing a Prodigy? This was running great out of the box, although I did buy this used but unfired. I've never had the jam. Even after the porting, I've never had any issues with this gun. I've had some ammo issues. I think I got some weak ammo one time and had some issues with that. But if you got ammo that's up to par, the only thing I don't like, I can't find a magwell for the largest grip module. I can't find one as of now. Like I said, DLC on the barrel. Eventually I'll do titanium carbon nitrogen, like my Echelon here, on the slide. And then I also think that in the trigger module, I'll probably also get that like DLC just for some extra coefficients of friction. Now, flipping over to a Prodigy, especially a 3.5. Now, that's a carry gun. But my opinion is this. As far as concealed carry, and all that, in general, this Prodigy ran right out of the box. I mean, it fucking ran. Not a problem in the world, okay? But, you know, when you get to tuning these guns, especially if you're going to carry it, you really got to be on top of it. You really got to put the work in, the practice, because, you know, if your extractor isn't tuned, you're going to have issues. If your ignition kit, you know, is not put in right and things aren't working, you have issues. If your selector, if you put an aftermarket selector, it's got to be tuned. Your magazines may or may not have to be tuned. I know when I got this, brand new gun, my one magazine would not lock the slide back. It wouldn't. Now, I eventually fixed that with an Atlas magazine spring. But those are the things that you need to take into consideration carrying a gun like this. There's a bit more maintenance and hands-on than grabbing an echelon and just getting a holster, a couple mags, and going to town. You know, I've never needed to do anything to this. I've had to tweak a couple things. Now, granted, you know, I've been putting aftermarket stuff in, but, you know, you just have to be aware of that. If you got the extra money and you don't mind the weight, because even a Prodigy without a stainless steel, Prodigy without a stainless steel grip module, or I don't want to say module, but grip, has some weight because you still have a steel frame, steel slide. But I will tell you this. The juice on this is worth the squeeze. Now, I'm not knocking this because I could take this and carry this and not feel outgunned or anything. But the advantage that you get on these is these are extremely, extremely slick pistols. I mean, they are true machines. You know, if I had to, if you told me I have to pick just one, you know, I'm going into the zombie apocalypse, it can only be one of these two. Well, you could pick for me and I still wouldn't feel, I'd be like, all right. But if I got to pick, I'd probably take the Prodigy. It's the recoil impulse. And obviously it's going to be different. I got a steel grip here. I got a polymer frame. But the way I built this one up, I mean, dude, this is the zombie apocalypse. This is the smasher. This is the hammer right here. This is the right hand of God. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, if you said, hey, this is your duty weapon, built the way I've built it, and you got to go into an abandoned mall full of fucking zombies, and you're gonna have to fight them with this echelon and a rifle. All right. This echelon, and I haven't really done a whole lot of really work to this. I mean, I could do some slide milling, lighten the slide up a bit. I did have the windows machined in. Like I said, Compton ported. Yeah, okay. Okay, no problem. The echelon, especially with the bigger grip module for me, the echelon, and then I'll tell you something else I did. I cut gas pedals in it, okay? I put a metal titanium nitride recoil rod. Okay, I'll take this in the zombie get down. No fucking problem. So, like I said, that's why it all comes back to what's your budget. If you get this, if you want the Prodigy, but you're like, I need a gun, and you grab an echelon, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm almost positive I said that in the original video. The fucking trigger out of the box is fucking smoking. I just wanted a metal trigger, not a polymer one. Which is the only reason I grabbed this one. Yeah, these echelons, dude, they're worth their salt for sure. Absolutely. So, I guess at the end of the day, I only pick this because of the weight and the fact that, like I said, it's tuned right now, it's running, but the downside. You know, if they're tuned right, you won't have problems for several thousand rounds or more. But, you know, I tuned that extractor the other night, and I think I might have tuned it a bit too hard. Every once in a while, it don't let go of that rim. Every once in a while I have that issue. So that's the thing. You got to take this apart and bend this and bend that. If you don't mind that, then when you do get it tuned, I mean, you got a fucking race car, right? But until you get it tuned, I had a hell of a time fitting these Atlas safety. I had, dude, it was in and out of the fucking gun, I don't know, 10, 15, fucking 20 fucking times. But I got it just right, and it's audible. You got a real nice tactile feel. But it was a pain in the fucking cock. Right? And I'm not just saying a Prodigy per se. You know, there are other cheaper double stack 1911s coming out now. Some of them, that Gearson Brat, you know, that 3.5 inch gun, that's really got my interest, you know. But anyway, we're just talking Springfield on Springfield here. It's really, it really comes down to your budget. So they both feel good. The recoil's a bit more in the echelon just because steel versus polymer, but well, I just wanted to throw that out there because, you know, I have been getting a lot of questions. Hey, man, those guns are all real similar. Now, I didn't throw in the equation. I didn't throw in the Glock, you know, because we're just talking about Springfields. But, again, Compton ported, you know. But anyway, with that being said, I'll get off here. We'll catch you in the next one. They're both fantastic guns. But what does your budget say? There you go. All right, guys, we'll catch you.